On a serene summer evening in 1958, a cataclysmic event struck the remote Lituya Bay in southeast Alaska, forever altering its landscape and history. An earthquake registering a powerful 8.3 on the Richter scale ripped through the Earth's crust with a force that was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, unleashing a chain of events that would forever etch this date into history. The quake triggered a massive landslide, sending millions of tons of rock and ice plunging into the narrow confines of Lituya Bay. The sheer volume of debris crashing into the water created a force so powerful that it defied imagination. This sudden and violent displacement of water generated a wave of unimaginable proportions, a megatsunami, a phenomenon rarely witnessed in human history. Towering hundreds of feet into the air, the waves surged through the bay with unstoppable force, stripping vegetation, scouring mountainsides, and leaving an indelible mark on the landscape. The sheer power of the wave was enough to uproot trees and reshape the very contours of the land. The Lituya Bay megatsunami stands as a stark reminder of the immense power that nature can unleash. The aftermath was a scene of utter devastation, with the once tranquil bay transformed into a landscape of chaos and destruction. It is a testament to the forces that shape our planet, often in sudden and unpredictable ways. These natural events, while catastrophic, are part of the dynamic processes that continuously mold and reshape the Earth. While catastrophic in its impact, the event provides invaluable insights into the dynamics of tsunamis and the geological processes that drive them. Scientists have studied the aftermath extensively, learning more about the conditions that lead to such massive waves and how they interact with the environment. The story of the Lituya Bay megatsunami is a tale of destruction and survival, of scientific discovery and human resilience in the face of overwhelming natural forces. It serves as a powerful reminder of our vulnerability to nature's whims, but also of our capacity to learn, adapt and rebuild in the aftermath of such events. The catalyst for the Lituya Bay megatsunami was an earthquake of extraordinary magnitude. This seismic event was not just any ordinary tremor, it was a colossal upheaval that would leave an indelible mark on the region's history. At 10:26 p.m. local time on July 9, 1958, the Earth convulsed along the Fairweather Fault, a geological feature that had been dormant for years. The sudden release of built-up tectonic stress sent shockwaves rippling through the ground. This fault is a major tectonic boundary that stretches for hundreds of miles along the Alaskan coast, acting as a significant divider between the Pacific and North American plates. The immense pressure between these plates had been accumulating for centuries. The rupture unleashed a tremendous amount of energy, equivalent to the detonation of thousands of atomic bombs. The sheer force of this release was enough to alter the landscape dramatically, reshaping the very contours of the Earth. The shaking was felt for hundreds of miles, causing widespread damage to infrastructure and triggering landslides across a vast area. Buildings crumbled, roads cracked, and the natural environment was thrown into chaos. The epicenter of the earthquake was located just 13 miles southeast of Lituya Bay, placing the bay perilously close to the source of the seismic upheaval. This proximity meant that the bay would bear the brunt of the earthquake's fury. The earthquake's shallow depth of approximately 7.5 miles further amplified its effects on the surface. Shallow earthquakes tend to cause more intense shaking and greater surface damage compared to deeper ones. The Fairweather Fault, where the rupture occurred, is a strike-slip fault, meaning that the two sides of the fault move horizontally past each other. This horizontal movement can generate significant seismic activity, leading to powerful earthquakes. This type of fault movement is known to generate powerful earthquakes, and is responsible for some of the most devastating seismic events in history. The 1958 earthquake was a stark reminder of the immense power locked within the Earth's crust, waiting to be unleashed. In the aftermath, the people of Alaska faced the daunting task of rebuilding and recovering from the disaster. The earthquake not only reshaped the physical landscape, but also left a lasting impact on the lives of those who experienced it. Today, Lituya Bay stands as a testament to the power of natural forces. Modern geological surveys and earthquake preparedness drills aim to mitigate the impact of future seismic events, ensuring that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. The earthquake's violent tremors reverberated through the mountains surrounding Lituya Bay, weakening already unstable slopes. On the bay's northeastern shore, a towering mountain loomed over the water, its slopes laden with glacial ice and loose rock. The earthquake proved to be the tipping point for this precarious mountainside. With a thunderous roar that echoed across the bay, an estimated 40 million cubic yards of rock, soil and ice detached from the mountain and plummeted into the water below. The landslide, one of the largest ever recorded, struck the water with unimaginable force. The impact created an immense cavity in the bay, displacing an enormous volume of water in an instant. This sudden displacement of water generated a wave of unprecedented size and power, a megatsunami. The wave, initially confined to the narrow confines of the bay, surged upward, reaching an estimated height of 1,720 feet above sea level, taller than the Empire State Building. Section 4, Lituya Bay, a fjord of extremes. The devastating impact of the Lituya Bay megatsunami was exacerbated by the unique geography of the bay itself. Lituya Bay is a T-shaped fjord, a long narrow inlet carved by glacial activity over millennia. Its steep-sided walls rise sharply from the water's edge, confining the bay and amplifying the wave's energy. The bay's narrow entrance, only 2 miles wide, further constricted the wave's movement, forcing it to rise to extraordinary heights as it was squeezed into the confined space. The bathymetry of Lituya Bay, the shape and depth of its floor, also played a role in shaping the wave's behavior. The bay's relatively shallow depth, averaging around 720 feet, meant that the enormous volume of water displaced by the landslide had nowhere to go but up. The wave, confined by the bay's steep walls and shallow bottom, was forced to rise vertically, creating the towering wall of water that swept across the landscape. Section 5. The wave, a wall of water. The megatsunami that surged through Lituya Bay was a force of unimaginable power. It was a natural phenomenon that defied comprehension, a testament to the raw and unyielding force of nature. Eyewitnesses described it as a wall of water, a boiling wall of foam, and a sheet of glass. Their accounts paint a vivid picture of the sheer terror and awe they felt as they watched the wave approach. The wave, estimated to have travelled at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour, stripped vegetation from the mountain sides. It was a relentless force, moving with a speed and power that left no time for escape. It scoured soil down to bedrock and deposited debris high above the bay's normal waterline. The landscape was forever altered, with scars that would serve as a reminder of the wave's passage. Trees, some as tall as 1,720 feet, were snapped like twigs. These towering giants, which had stood for centuries, were no match for the wave's fury. Their trunks were stripped bare and their roots ripped from the earth. The force required to uproot such massive trees is almost unimaginable, yet the wave accomplished it with ease. The wave's impact was felt across the entire bay, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. The once serene and picturesque bay was transformed into a scene of devastation. But its effects were most pronounced on the western shoreline, directly opposite the landslide. This area bore the brunt of the wave's force, suffering the most significant damage. Here, the wave surged over a promontory known as Lituya Spit. This narrow strip of land, which had stood as a barrier between the bay and the open ocean, was no match for the wave's power. Lituya Spit, a narrow strip of land that separates Lituya Bay from the open ocean, was overtopped by the wave. The spit, which had stood as a natural barrier, was overwhelmed by the wave's immense power. The wave's immense power overtopped the spit, sending water crashing down on the other side. The force of the wave was such that it reshaped the landscape, leaving a lasting impact. At its highest point, the spit rises 300 feet above sea level. Yet even this elevation was not enough to withstand the wave's onslaught. The wave deposited debris and left a trail of devastation in its wake. The aftermath was a stark reminder of the wave's power, with the landscape forever changed by its passage.